Yo, what's going on, guys? It's C-Brev. Welcome to another episode of What Would Brev Do? This is the series where I play an entire ranked game from start to finish and talk about what's going on in my head the entire time. If you missed any of the previous episodes, those are in the description below. We're rocking with some new faces in the lineup today. We picked up prospect Bobby Witt Jr., prime Matt Carpenter. We threw Mullins in left field and Tucker in right field, and then we packed a Vlad Jr., which is very lucky, so he's going to play first for us. I have a bunch of superfractors of the guys I got non-sellable face of the franchise, namely Seager, Buxton, Jazz, so I figured I'd pick up some new guys for their position just for variety and to try some stuff out. But the feature of this video, we're going to be pitching with this new 92 Cy Young David Price, which is a card I am very excited to use. He looks really, really good to me. I am very excited that they finally released one of his cards early in the year. Usually he gets his cards later in the year, where, you know, the 87 hits per nine that he has isn't anywhere near as viable as it is right now. So I am excited to use him. I wish he still had a two-seam primary. I think the card would be disgusting that way, since you can throw the two seams up this year a lot better. But hopefully he'll do good on the mound. I do like him a lot, and we are going to be playing on Legend. Our rating is about 950 right now. Been kind of a rough season for us. Just getting adjusted offensively, especially on Legend with lower tier cards, has been a struggle for me for sure. So I think you guys may be able to learn a lot from watching me play on Legend. You can watch me score 15 on All-Star, and you can learn a lot, but you can also learn a lot from watching me strike out 10 times on Legend. So we are hitting against Keuchel again, which I think maybe the last episode or two we faced Keuchel as well. He's a really popular starter. I'm excited about facing lefties with the way the lineup's structured right now. I've got a lot of reverse split righties, and then obviously having Bobby Witt leading off is always good to face a lefty. I do think I've played this guy already this season, and I think he won. I can't quite remember. Hopefully David Price can turn that around for us. Been off to a pretty slow start with Bobby Witt, but he has been facing majority righties. So I talked about this in previous episodes, but Keuchel is one of the few pitchers in the game that's just going to absolutely dot you the entire game. On any difficulty pretty much, if your opponent's using pinpoint and they're good at it, you are just going to get pitches right on the black pretty much the whole game. So my approach versus Keuchel, pretty important to look for things that are more middle early in the count, but overall just being really patient. He doesn't have crazy put-away stuff. Let me look at this pitch real quick. As I flail. I say he doesn't have good put-away stuff, and I flail. I'm talking too much. But I find it decently easy to hit with two strikes against Keuchel compared to other pitchers in the game, so I really like being patient against him. Obviously looking for like floating off-speed or cutters early in the count, and then otherwise, you know, trying to work the count and be scrappy. So a couple left-on-left sinkers to start this at-bat. That's pretty typical, especially with Keuchel. And he does triple up on it. Hopefully he doesn't run that down. We get a lucky foul off there, and we're going to have to speed the bat up a bit, I think. We can't keep letting him beat us inside here. Decently easy take, although the Witt one should have been two. See if he goes back inside with the sinker here. He did. Off the plate, too. Getting really lucky with these fouls. Easy take there, and this has to be a sinker every time. There's no way he throws anything else. I haven't hit it yet. And we put it in the gap, unless he cuts it off. I think we're still safe at second with Mullins' speed. Beautiful at bat from us. We got some lucky foul balls, but he's obviously going to go sinker there in a 3-2 count. He doesn't want to walk us, and I hadn't turned on the inside sinker yet, so we just made sure we sped our bat up and executed. Now we got Pujols up. I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that. Pretty easy take there as well. Seems like he's only really been able to throw the sinker for strikes so far. And I chased that same spot again. So we're going to have to make an adjustment. That's actually a really tough tunnel with Keuchel because of that pitch right there. The front door sinker comes in the exact same tunnel. So he is really tunneling extremely well versus our righties inside here, making it really hard on us. We go back here for sure, and hopefully I can lay off a slider inside one time. Failed. I swung at that pitch for all 3 outs. That is not good. This is what I mean struggling on Legend, man. I'm sure this is how some of you guys feel on Hall of Fame, or maybe even All-Star. Sometimes you just have a really hard time executing, even though you know what you're supposed to do, but knowing is half the battle, as they say, so we're putting up better ABs than if we didn't, you know, have any approach. Good play there by Robert. Pretty standard stuff with Price, you know, sinker, cutter, circle changeup. He's got a lot of velocity. There's not a ton of velocity in the game right now, especially with sinkers from starting pitchers, so really going to feature that as much as we can. Unfortunately, he's late there. And Mullins cuts it off for a single. Beautiful play out there. But yeah, we're really going to work sinker cutter a lot. The speed differential is pretty good between the pitches for him. And I really like throwing most of my stuff arm side with David. I think his release just works really well with pitching stuff arm side. So I mean, what I mean is away to righties, inside to lefties. That's going to try to be where we spend the majority of our time, but obviously we don't want to spam the same stuff. Our opponent's bat is really fast right now, so we're going to try to test him with a little bit more changeups and cutters. And he slowed it down right into the changeup. Good swing, good adjustment by him. I left it in the zone when I definitely wanted it lower. I think I might have had an early release there, and it was just barely in the zone. But right down the middle, and just like that, we go down by 2. Opponent hitting really well so far. Get a long fly out there. And we'll just have to try to make an adjustment to what his bat speed is. Yeah, I mean, the cutters inside are really the pitch we've had the most success with so far. So maybe we will try to feature that a little bit more. I do want to throw this changeup, though. I don't want to get away from it just because he hit it out once. So it's looking like inside tunnels are going to be extremely effective for us against righties this game, which makes sense because it's the tunnel that he is using the most with Keuchel. And sometimes people will pitch the way that they think, you know, obviously people are going to pitch, beautiful dot there. People are going to pitch like where they think they're going to have the most success, and sometimes people pitch, you know, in a similar way to where they struggle as a hitter. So sometimes you can get some decent information on your opponent as a hitter based on the way they pitch. And the fact that this guy has been pounding inside tunnels with Keuchel kind of goes along with that. Couple of dots there, nothing we can do. We do finally lay off a pitch inside with a righty. Now can we lay off a slider inside? We do finally. The small victories on Legend. Front door sinker would be pretty typical here now to try to catch me looking. And I was too late, even though it was right down the middle. Whew. I was locked in the game before this too, man. Every game I play on Legend, it's like sometimes I score 10 and sometimes I feel like I can't even put the ball in play. This season has been quite the grind for me. 2-0 to Tucker here. I think I am just going to take this pitch just to kind of see it. If we can get a base runner via walk, that would help a lot, since we definitely have been struggling at the plate. Good pitch by him. Nice sinker inside as well. Last time we turned on a sinker inside, so I imagine he'll work us away here, at least for one pitch. We were late on the slider. Typical sequence would be to come inside with the sinker now. And we lace it up the middle for a single. So another good at bat. We're kind of all over him sequence-wise. We're really struggling with our mechanics, though, with timing and scoring the ball up PCI. So we just got to keep working our approach and try to work through these mechanical struggles. He is really loving getting ahead in the count with his sinkers, too. Finally laid off the slider again. The sequencing to righties has been very similar almost every at-bat. Wow, nice slider again. Couldn't lay off it twice. I think I got to be semi-aggressive in this at-bat as well, even though it's left on left with Carpenter, just because of the pitchers on deck, and we have the potential to tie the game here if we hit one out. I think I'm just going to sit sinker inside. That gives me the best chance to hit a home run. Pulled it foul, unfortunately. Nice dot there. Nothing I can do with it. These are the Keuchel dots you will see all the time. Sinker inside again. Pulled it foul again. Just can't figure the timing out. I imagine he goes away again. Nice. Laid off. Probably sinker inside again. He's kind of rocking us east-west. Nice mix up there. Had the sinker bat speed Dropped a changeup low, which he hasn't done with 2 strikes yet. So good sequence by him. We come up scoreless again.
The third baseman, number 10.
Yeah, our opponent's bat speed is really fast on tunnels inside, and it seems like we're having the most success going in there. So I mentioned earlier in the video, I really like throwing stuff arm side. I left that changeup middle again somehow. We're going to be down 3-0 on changeups. Unfortunate. I guess the par for Price is pretty big. That one was below the zone too. That sucks. Unfortunately, although I don't want to, we may have to get away from that pitch a little bit, at least for the time being. But I was mentioning I really like pitching arm side with Price, but against our opponent specifically so far, we've by far had the most success glove side. So we will try to keep working that. Let's try to bury a curve just in case he chases. He probably won't. Did not leave it low enough again. Trying to get him to chase and just leaving these pitches in bad spots, even though I have good releases. This may be a product of pitching on Legend with the par sizes being as big as they can be, basically. Good take there. I'm trying to basically work the same tunnels that he's been working. I don't really want a front door sinker. I feel like he's going to turn on it, so we'll go outside here. Good swing by him. Crushes it to second base, luckily for an out for us. And so far, our opponent's very locked in. He's outplaying us by a lot, so we're mostly going to have to turn it around at the plate. And trying to go 4-seam there to miss his PCI. He was all over it with Gary Carter, the lefty killer. So 4 earned for Price already through 1 1/3 on Legend. Extremely unfortunate. Definitely a card I'm still learning how to pitch with, too. I mean, I have used Price in previous years, and I have enjoyed it, but he's definitely not a guy you get a lot of reps with in previous years because, like I said, his cards always come out way late in the year where they're not really meta at all. Get him to chase there with his pitcher. That at-bat doesn't really count, and we flip the lineup over. I'm going to mound visit for confidence here, and hopefully we can get one more out to get out of this. Very unfortunate. We may have to stay away from the inside changeup, which is a pretty crucial part of the inside tunneling, but we have just been leaving it in awful spots so far. Nice play by Price there. We get out of it. So I think our pitching approach moving forward with Price, we're going to try to feature the changeup more arm side and then sinker cutter more glove side. We'll see how that works out, but we are down big early. And obviously with Price up, we're not going to pinch hit yet. It's not that dire straits just yet. And we're going to try to see as many pitches as we can because Price can't really hit at all. So making a 1 pitch out with your pitcher doesn't accomplish a whole lot. I might as well see some extra pitches and get some more reps. His sequencing is very, very typical, though. You can see even left on left, lots of sinkers inside, lots of sliders away. I guess it's true for righties, too. Sinkers, arm side, sliders, glove side. Nothing we can really do there with our pitcher, but we turn the lineup over here with 1 out now. See if he keeps starting the at-bats with sinkers here. Yeah, basically every at-bat versus a righty has featured a first pitch sinker inside. Hasn't thrown that yet. That fooled me a lot. All right, we got to lay off the sliders in. Nice. So this is an adjustment we've made after the first inning. So we take that away from him. Front door sinker there that we were unfortunately a little bit late on. PCI all over it, but I watched it come in a little bit too long because I wanted to make sure it wasn't a slider. Just a great pitch by him again. And I feel like we're hitting okay, honestly. We're playing fine. He's just been crushing the ball, 3 home runs, and we've been chipping away with a couple of hits here and there and really just trying to work the count a lot. Those are the pitches you really want to look for against Keuchel. He accidentally hung a slider middle there. And unfortunately, we did just miss it with our PCI, but that's a good swing. You're not going to execute every swing that you take. It sucks to miss that one, but would have sucked more if there were people on base, so we move on. Definitely need to figure it out with Price, though. Every run that he scores from this point forward is going to make it really hard for us to catch up. And unfortunately, he gets another late swing single with Utley. That's twice on inside sinkers with Utley where he poked it into the outfield for a hit.
First baseman.
And this could get real ugly real fast.
Bravo.
And it's 1-0. Next one is off the plate.
Extremely patient from him here. I wonder what he's sitting on. It might be front door sinker. I really don't want to come inside to him.
Swings through that.
I didn't want to throw it there either. Lucky.
Get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been.
Nice, and we get him to swing early with Miggy. This is going to be a
There's one, and they get
easy double play. Miggy obviously not the fastest runner in the world. So that's huge for us. Decent swing by him actually. I guess he was very early. But if we can get 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the third, it's going to be huge for us. If Price can just make it through 4 innings too, it's going to be good. I imagine by the 4th or 5th, we'll have our pitcher spot back up again. And if we're still down, we're going to want to pinch hit for sure.
on the move. That's a
Man,
base hit.
these sinkers into the lefties.
And here is
I am really trying not to get tilted, bro. This is bad right now. That's the 3rd one.
Acuna.
All from left-handed hitters.
Soto off of first.
All blooping in. We desperately need to get out of this inning. Gonna try to bury this changeup, make sure it's low.
Next off,
Early release, got lucky I didn't hang it again. Let's try a sinker off the plate away. Did not end up off the plate. Really struggling with Price's delivery pinpoint wise. I think I'm getting an early release almost every time, which is why these pitches are being kind of wild.
Albert Pujols.
But luckily we get another ground ball, get out of the inning.
The third baseman. Albert.
And now I'm going to start trying to take away this first pitch sinker low and in to righties. I have to, at a certain point, tell him that he's not going to keep getting away with it first pitch. I was kind of saving it for when runners are on base. Maybe I can get a couple of runs if I hit it for a bomb. But
Next offering is
at this point, we really desperately need to try to get some momentum offensively and
actively working both sides of the plate.
try to get him thinking at least something, that we can hit something. That he's not just going to dominate us every PA. Couple of big boy takes there. Again, adjustment from the first inning. See if he triples up. He went cutter there.
off again.
Unfortunately, that's going to stay in play. Probably a pitch I should have crushed, but I don't know if I've seen a 3-2 cutter yet this whole game. So, still being very conscious of the slider, too. It's definitely
The first baseman.
messed me up mentally with the other pitches, but it's
Guerrero Jr.
something we've had to do. Finally, we get that first pitch sinker for a hit. A little weak single through the left side. At least tell him we can hit it. I wonder if he throws it again. I'm just going to sit here. He went outside that time. Good adjustment. This is a big at bat with Robert up. Nice cutter in. Couple of pitches on the black yet again. Can't do a whole lot with those.
Both pitches were down in the zone. I
And we
think
chase the
something
changeup.
a little bit higher.
Bad 2-strike hitting for us. We struck out 5 times through 3 2/3. Well, we shall figure it out. Every game on Legend is a battle.
Late that time.
He's done this sequence pretty frequently against lefties too.
Time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches
Again, we're
and
heavily protecting against the sinker inside here. Finally don't chase that as well, so there's another adjustment. And 3-2, 2 outs, force out in play. We send the runner here, and we're sitting sinker inside. And he went slider away. Good adjustment. This is what I mean when you guys get to see me struggle on Legend, dude. This stuff is really hard. I mean, not for some people. For me, it's hard.
Number 10.
And first pitch, crushing the sinker. Doesn't seem too hard for him. But I promise you we will score in this game. I promise you this will be a close game.
Now, Fernando Tatis.
We just are very close to getting it rolling at the plate, and we just need to hold our own on the mound.
Fouled off.
Junior.
Ugh. These early releases, it's really, his delivery is, I just don't have much practice with it. I keep hanging stuff with these early releases. He's doing a good job not chasing, too. I guess that's the one knock against Price, is he doesn't have like a slider or something that can really put away righties, aside from like a cutter in, but most of the time that's going to get pulled foul, or maybe even hit out. We'll try it here, though. Yeah, and that, I mean, he's completely fooled on that pitch, and he still just gets a foul ball out of it. It's very unfortunate. It's a hard pitch to get outs on. We do get a foul tip on the changeup away there.
One out in the bottom of the fourth.
And with Gary Carter up, if we can just take care of him,
Gary.
we got the pitcher on deck, we will be out of this inning, only down 5.
And he Swings and misses, and it's nothing to one.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Right side, hard hit.
Try to get him to chase the change one more time. Hasn't done it yet, but you never know. This is the luxury of being ahead 0-2.
1-2.
Try to run this cutter inside again. Gary Carter versus lefty is so scary.
Front, rip
And you can see, like, every time he's protecting, and I don't know, you just can't get a strikeout with the pitch. Seems like it's just always fouled off. And he sat back on that change really well. I think we're going to get lucky here with Robert running it down.
onto the warning
Whew.
track, and he
Price,
rolls
in all
it in.
honesty, is getting lit up right now. This guy is completely locked in.
Put it into his highest
I wonder if he has seen him quite a bit.
that one down. Nothing better than
But we are still well within striking distance if we can figure it out offensively.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And he deep.
Hopefully we have a big inning next inning so we can get our pitcher spot up, get the pinch hit going, and start working the bullpen. Because trying to get Price for another inning may be kind of sketch. Mullins is going to run this down. We go to the top of the 5th. Still getting shut out, but I really feel like I'm hitting fine.
And that'll do it.
Honestly, our approach has been good.
We go to the top of the 5th.
And it is 7-8-9, so we're going to get a pinch hit anyway,
Piazza.
Leading off for the
which
A's,
is nice. We will go with a righty for sure.
Mike
Um,
Piazza.
We're going to go with Cishek just because I'm going to need probably 2 innings out of this guy, and Cishek has like the biggest variety of pitch mix. So we can get the most amount of sequencing value out of that, I think, as opposed to someone like Clase, who is basically just cutter spam.
Same side he throws from.
Maybe I shouldn't have checked
So
that.
you win.
All right, 2-1 with Mike here. Feel inclined to take this pitch. We'll see if he tries another low and in sinker.
Swing and a foul.
Dang. Hung the changeup, finally a little bit middle, and I swung just late on it and hit it foul.
The distance for the
All right, again, got to lay off the slider in.
times you have that slice going to the opposite
He
field.
threw it for a strike, though. We are just late with the PCI on it again, and it gets over the head of the center fielder. I'm surprised I hit that far with that much slice, too. So that was pretty lucky. May get us going in this inning, though.
Matt Carpenter.
Now batting.
He was a
Second
strikeout
baseman,
victim his
Mm.
first time.
Matt
That tunneled exactly like a sinker inside, which is mostly the pitch I've been sitting on, obviously, and he's obviously adjusted. Throwing way more sliders left on left.
Down an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Runner leads away at second.
Foul that off. Tried to sit back and was still early.
Here comes the pitch.
Whew.
No outs. Runner on second.
Nice cutter there. Another lucky foul ball from us. He tried to front door it.
And that one,
We're taking that pitch away from him, though. You can see from how fast our bat is. We're just taking it away.
the 1-2.
Unfortunately, was not able to lay off that one. I probably should have. It was very significantly outside, but I'm in 2-strike protect mode. And we will go with... I think we go with Buxton here. He's not going to take Keuchel out, so
Coming on down
we'll
with
burn
the
our one
first
righty
baseman,
here.
Byron Buxton.
Gives us a bit of more flexibility with the switch hitters we have.
Position and one gone.
Byron
First offering, and it just misses.
And pretty good swing by us on the change. Just swung over the top of it with the PCI. Seemed like a floater, but was in a good spot.
Well, he's doing a nice
Move the
job.
runner over to third, so hopefully we can poke a single through and at least get on the board here. Again, sitting on this low and in sinker, and we swing through it too early.
Comes up empty.
Dang it.
Swing there.
All over it.
Now
And
fly ball to
change
right
up right down the middle. He's going to run this down, isn't he?
Brings it in.
Hanging change up. We were like a pixel underneath the ball. Bobby Witt Jr. versus a lefty, too, and just died in the air. Dang it.
Over on the mound.
If my PCI was just barely higher, man, we'd have been looking at a 5-2 game.
At this point of the ball game, we're talking about
Now, once again, we need Cishek to have a shutdown inning here.
coming out of the bullpen. We'll see.
But, I mean, you guys are watching the game. We're seeing a ton of pitches. I think Keuchel's approaching 90 pitches now. We're taking good at bats. We're seeing the ball decently well. I mean, we chase out of the zone with 2 strikes a lot. That's probably been our biggest weakness this game. But you just really got to stay true to the approach, man. Like, have I deserved to score 0 runs this game? On average, probably not. On average, if I take the exact same at-bats I've been taking so far, we'd be on the board. So we continue to try to pitch and keep the game close, and then, you know, hopefully our approach and our at-bats start coming through for us. Maybe we even start getting a little bit lucky with some bad swings, and can get some stuff going. 5 runs is hard on Legend, but not impossible by any means.
Right-handed reliever.
Great swing by him. That might have been a perfect. We got completely bailed there. I put the pitch right where I wanted it, though. This guy's just locked in at the plate. Yeah, that's a beautiful pitch. Cishek's pretty easy to sequence with, I think. A lot of his stuff you kind of just throw in spots you would normally throw stuff in. So I haven't talked about sequencing with him a lot, but I think the card is really good. All right, Keuchel's at 85 pitches through 5. We'll see if we can maybe get some base runners going here and get a rally started here in the 6th.
This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Next offering is
So many sliders left on left as we progress through this game. That's an adjustment he has made for sure.
Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Try to sit back, and we sat back way too long. Decent swing, though. Saw it the whole way. And we turn on the inside sinker. Finally, we're on the board. Great swing from Cedric there, man. Cedric's been maybe my best left-on-left hitter I've used all year. I don't really ever feel like I'm at a disadvantage left-on-left with that card. I think it's because his swing is so fast. But we are on the board, and we needed that in the worst way. He challenged us once again. I said it earlier, we're taking that pitch away from him left on left, and he went to it one more time. And we were able to capitalize, put our PCI right there. And now for him, he's got to be thinking about getting the bullpen in, probably. Bullpen up. Although the middle of our order here does have a lot of guys that are worse against lefties, so maybe he's just trying to ride the lightning here.
2-1. And the pitch.
Nice sinker low and away. Not going to do much with that. No reason to swing at it 2-1, and we are once again trying to lay off of balls here. Did I get all of that? It's late side of good, dead center. It's not looking good. Oh, I needed to be just slightly earlier on that pitch. Unfortunate. Good at bat, though. Again, I kind of have to be just a little bit slow on that pitch just in case it's a slider because I have to not swing at it. So we just barely weren't able to have perfect timing. We fly out 410 to center field. Now I'm pressing in this at bat because I am a bit frustrated. Let's try to lay off the changeups low and the sliders in here. Step 1 complete for now. Step 2 complete. Let's go.
Almost 100 pitches through 5 1/3 innings.
Step 1 complete twice. 3-2 here. Last time he went cutter. We'll see if we see that again. Slider. Good pitch. We foul it off.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals.
No, I did not swing. Nice. What an at-bat from Vlad here. And we get Robert versus a lefty again. Is he going to leave Keuchel in? This is huge for us. We're sitting low and in sinker. He's going to go to his comfort pitch here. And he did not. Good adjustment. Staying away from us. Definitely feeling the momentum. Haven't seen that pitch all game. Not going to do anything with it. Ooh. Just barely reacted there. Good take. Gotta lay off changeups low and sliders in. And cutters in. Not gonna send the runner here. Up the middle from Robert. Same swing we took with Pujols. Hit that one a little bit lower for a hit. Now Keuchel at 109 pitches. He's most likely gonna make a change here. This is the rally we needed. He's gonna take one more at bat left on left here. We'll see if he goes back to the sinker inside. We did crush the last one. And he didn't want any part of it. Kyle Tucker left on left. We finally got a pitch middle-ish. And we hit it oppo for a 3-run bomb. And just like that, it's a 1-run game. Keuchel at 111 pitches is going to be donezo. Wow, man. What an inning. I was telling you guys, stick with your approach, man. If you feel like you're playing well and the results aren't there, this is what can happen, man. Every at-bat we've taken this inning has been good. Now we got it cut to a 1-run game, and we're facing Class A. We got to reel in the emotions a little bit here.
Slider action.
Stays alive. Righty to the plate.
I got the count 1 and 2.
That one misses. 2 and 2.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back
Just a little bit late there. I saw it was a slider out of the hand, so I tried to sit back just a little bit, but I ended up just late. Another pitch low and into a righty that we were just a little bit late on. I really should have the pin up here as well. I'm going to after this pitch. I didn't think I'd bat all the way to my pitcher, so we did not have the pin up, which is definitely a misplay. Good 0-1 pitch there. Not going to do much with that. Got to lay off the inside tunnels here, like that. Again, that's an adjustment we made in the second inning. And Carpenter gets the slider low and in, and just like that, we've put up a 5-run inning to tie the game. Do I pinch hit here? What a swing from Carp. I love having him in the 8-hole, dude. I think we have to pinch hit here, right? I mean, Cishek did really well, but it's just so hard because there's 2 outs. Some of you guys are probably screaming. You're like, of course you pinch hit here, but you got to understand that I've been struggling to pitch to this guy, and Cishek had a really good inning. In all likelihood, I'm only going to get this and 1 more pinch hit, though, the rest of the game. So I think we just have to do it and trust the other guys out of our pen. It's tough on Legend, too, because it's so unlikely that I hit a solo shot. Like, that's basically best case scenario. All right, this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to leave Cishek in. There's just not a lot of upside in this at-bat specifically. If things were different, I'd obviously pinch hit, but nobody on base, 2 outs. And in general, I've been really struggling to pitch to my opponent with anyone that wasn't Steve Cishek, so I'm going to try to get another inning or 2 out of him. And we pop out there to end the inning. But a huge inning it was. 3 home runs, 5 runs on the board. And now we got to reel it in and pitch. Definitely maybe try to feature a bit more pitches off the plate this inning too. I don't know where my opponent's at mentally. He may be a little bit rattled and chasing pitches that he wasn't chasing before, so we got to at least test the waters and see if he will chase stuff. Splitter inside, gets a late swing, easy fly out. 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. I mean, I'm sure watching it back, I'll have a lot to think about with this decision to leave Cishek in, but it was a really difficult call. He might be platooning Acuna here. I might have quick pitched him. My bad. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just warming some bullpen arms up. And unfortunately, we give up the early swing on the splitter. That's the swing we want to see on that pitch. I think he was early. But unfortunately, with a guy like Acuna, they just thrive on pitches like that sometimes. So far hasn't paid off. We just give up 1, though. We already shown last inning we can score. But that's a bit of a momentum killer for sure. That's a great answer from him. Our opponent is really, really, really good. And that's a great comeback. That's a slider off the plate outside. Unfortunately, he hits it out. And the Cishek decision, not great. I mean, it was fine, but a couple of great swings from him. Can we get just 1 more out to get out of here? We desperately need to not be down by more than this. Good take.
One missing low.
I think I just go inside like every pitch and make him earn it. He definitely tried to earn it.
And he dropped it.
That is unfortunate. Come on, Mullins. Dude, we needed that so bad. That is so brutal, man.
Your attention, please.
And now we got to deal with Bryce Harper. It's a good swing from him. I'm going to make a bullpen change. And it's going to be for Clase. I don't want to bring a lefty in. He's just going to pinch hit again. And then we got Clemente on deck, who I absolutely need to have a righty for. So hopefully Clase can get us out of this. And he was so antsy there, bailing us out with the very early trickler. Dang, what an inning from him to regain the momentum. And now we will get to see his bullpen. First pitcher of the game that isn't Keuchel is going to be Cishek himself. Very common card being used competitively right now. Just a great card overall. I imagine he'll sequence pretty similarly to how he did with Keuchel, but in reverse, right? Because Cishek is a righty. So sinkers inside, sliders away to righties. We'll see what else he comes up with.
That one fouled off.
Good protection there. That was an absolute dot. Wow, that's disgusting. Front door slider catches the corner. We weren't going to do much with that pitch anyway. Great spot. And he's just absolutely dotting us with Cishek so far. Low and in sinker, just off of it. We're going to hit another deep fly out. We are just barely missing with our PCI on so many swings this game. And unfortunately, the momentum is getting away from us quite a bit here. Desperately need a 2-out rally. And we're going to take that pitch away right on right. Just like we did with Keuchel, we took away the sinker inside, left on left. And that absolutely has to be gone with Pujols. Beautiful. You can see, though, like I said, he's sequencing almost exactly the same with Cishek as he did with Keuchel. You know, sinker inside, slider away, sinker inside. So we just got to make sure we're taking away one of them, and then we can make an adjustment on the other one. We're making it very clear he's not going to get away with that pitch against us. We'll see if he goes slider now. Splitter low. This is a gigantic at-bat from Vlad Jr. He did go slider, but off the plate. That was too close to take. Will he come with the sinker in again? He did. I don't think I got all of it. I think I just flew out. Oh, at least it wasn't an out. It got down. Luis Robert now. Wow, he really threw it again. That's crazy, dude. The cojones on that pitch. I can't believe this is his strategy, this at bat. What a psychopath.
Next pitch misses. 1-2 to count.
What a pitch. Oh, I mean, not really, but looked like a sinker. Dang it, Vlad. Just barely missing a game-tying home run. I need this out so bad, Mike. He's safe. Whew, barely. He's really not seeing Clase well, which is surprising because Clase has been one of the relievers that has been prone to giving up a lot of big innings for me so far this year. So maybe if we can find a hidden gem here against this opponent specifically and just keep the game close. 3 infield groundouts for Clase so far.
And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch.
And we get him to chase. Wow. That was not expected. A 1-2-3 inning. We're down by 1 going into the 8th. We'll get the pen going. They are already up. Obviously, with a good inning here, we're going to end up pinch hitting since we do have our 6-hole up. We'll see if he goes lefty here. He does go with Chapman. This is a bit unfortunate that I already burned Buxton. So we're just going to have to hit left on left here. But Kyle Tucker's really good at it, and first pitch slider away is a leadoff single. Can we maximize this Mike Piazza at bat? This is a huge at bat. Challenges us immediately with the up and in cheese.
everything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Runner at first with no outs here.
That's a great pitch. I don't really want anything to do with that with a double play in order.
Movement over there at first base, trying to stay out.
Again, first inning adjustment. We're not swinging at those sliders in.
Chapman now 1-run game.
And we're just under the splitter, man. Another pitch low and into a righty that we just barely missed. How fitting would it be at the end of this game if we take the lead on a pitch like that?
He's already homered in
So close to figuring it out.
that one's in there 0-1.
It's really trying to stay in on the hands, not let them get extended.
Could potentially go Jose Ramirez off the bench here, but Carp's already gone deep once.
And now the lefty.
Carp has gone deep twice. The low and in pitch, dude. We take the lead in the 8th. What a game from Carpenter. Now we go Ramirez. We could go Bell. I like Bell a little more just because we can use Ramirez to pinch hit for someone that's not a pitcher later if we want. He's got a lot more positional versatility. What a freaking at bat from Carpenter, man. Twice. And we immediately go up the middle. The momentum is all ours, dude. We got Witt Jr. up. We'll see if he goes to a righty. He is not going to, so this is another massive at bat. 0 for 4 for Bobby. Still challenging us with the hard stuff. And that's absolutely crushed. Is it foul? No way. Off the foul pole, Bobby Witt Jr. We're up 10-7. Another pitch low and in. We are finally getting our PCI on it, dude. What a comeback here. All of a sudden, we're up by 3. This is insane. And what did I say earlier in the video, man? If you have an approach and you feel like you're hitting well and you don't have any runs, do not get frustrated and do not get away from that approach. We aren't doing anything different than we did in the first 5 innings. And now we're reaping the benefits. Devin Williams is a bit difficult to hit against here, especially with a runner on first. This is a situation where I may consider stealing here. I'm going to take off. Unfortunately, he went with 4-seamer there. I stole the one time he threw a 4-seam. Williams is a guy I hit into a lot of double plays against because the cutter's so slow. I roll it over with righties constantly. So I thought that was worth the risk. If he threw anything but a fastball, we were in there. Unfortunately, we did get gunned. I did not swing at that. We'll see if we can salvage this a little bit. That steal looks bad, but it's about 50-50. And, you know, if I roll over on a cutter here, it's all the same. We're very late on the screwball in a perfect spot, but we are up by 3. And who are we going to go to out of the bullpen? I think I got to go Ottavino here. I just trust him more than Wagner. And then we'll set us up for Devin Williams and or Chapman in the 9th. Ottavino has been one of my most reliable relievers as he immediately gives up a solo shot. That's a pitch people don't really get underneath well. I don't even know if his PCI was on that. That was a pretty weakly hit home run, so what can you do? I'm not upset about that. We're still up by 2. And obviously this guy's not going to go away. This has been a crazy game, man. This would be such an unfortunate game for Ottavino to finally crack. He's seriously been so reliable for me, man. Luckily, we get the early swing on the cutter. Easy ground out. Try to settle down a little bit here. That was a lot more middle than I wanted it to be, but he completely whiffed with his PCI. I wonder if he was shooting for the cutter there. Usually when you hit the ball that weakly with good timing, your PCI was nowhere close, so we will take that. And we get him swinging very early with Tatis. And after the solo shot, 3 very quick outs. We're going to go into the 9th with a 2-run lead. What a game, man. Some insurance runs here would obviously be amazing. I'm going to sit down Wagner, warm up Chapman. But in all likelihood, we're either going to stick with Ottavino or go with Devin Williams for the 9th. Again, hitting against Devin Williams, I really like to keep a slow bat. People throw his four-seam less than basically any other pitch. And right on right, I'm just especially weary of cutters outside because, it's so slow. It's a really easy pitch to roll over on if you're not, like, consciously looking for the spin and slowing your bat down on it. And that's a beautiful tunnel there. I have to keep a fast bat in that tunnel specifically because I can't get beat by a four-seamer inside. So that's just a perfect piece of pitching right there. Would be awesome if we could rally just a little bit, just get a little bit more insurance this inning. Roberts 1 for 4. Not a lot of change-ups from this guy's Devin Williams, which is surprising. Basically exclusively cutters and screwballs so far. A couple four-seams. And there it is, dotting me. That's, again, a tough pitch to pull the trigger on because if it's a cutter, it's running off the plate. So he's just throwing amazing pitches with Devin right now. Kyle Tucker having himself a game, though, 3 for 4. 4 for 5 with another solo shot would be sick.
Left-hand batter waits.
That thing is so slow, especially on Legend. The contrast between the fastball is so disgusting. Woo! Almost dotted us again. A ridiculous pitch. I don't think I went. Nice. Another cutter. Just so worried about him finally going to the four-seam with 2 strikes. Probably just keep a slow bat, though. We did. Pretty decent swing. Just over the top of the screwball. Unfortunately, we don't get any insurance. And I think we ride the wave with Ottavino here. It's tough between him and Devin Williams for me. We'll see how it goes. Definitely a spot in the order where a righty's going to get the call, though, for sure. We got Carter and then pinch hitter and then Clemente. So going to stick with or use a new righty every time here. And he bloops a very early single to lead off the inning on the cutter outside. Not what you want to see, man. That's so tough, dude.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting. Ready.
So tough, man.
Pinch hitting. Ready. Freeman.
How do we get a double play here is what I need to be thinking about. Probably 2-seam just below the zone. This is a risky pitch. I don't know if I can throw it close enough to the zone where he'll actually swing at it. Maybe I try it high. Good take. He did go yard on this pitch last time. Hopefully he doesn't again. And he did again. Oh my god, dude. No, we're really gonna choke after all this time. I mean, I probably shouldn't have thrown that again, if we're being honest. It's been such a good pitch against everyone else, though. And Ottavino's gonna be done for sure. Dang it. Of all the games for Ottavino to not be the rock that he's been. Now we got Chapman to try to get us out of this. And he did not. First pitch, walk-off home run. Dude, this guy was so good, man. This was such a good game. He literally put up 4 in the 9th with no outs. Dang it, man. A lot of managerial decisions pitching-wise I maybe could have done differently that game, but the story remains, man. What a game. I mean, we were not in it at all for most of the game, so for us to just come back and make that the game that it was, lost a game where we scored 10 on Legend, that is really tough, but a great video for you guys to learn from. He's up over 1,000 rating. Good stuff, man. Hope you guys learned something. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions about the gameplay, but I felt like it was a really good one. I felt like you guys could learn a lot, so take care. See you guys in the next one.